This video will demonstrate how to create the QBE queries in Microsoft Access 2013, and this is for your Chapter 2 homework assignment. So the first thing you'll want to do is open up your database, which you have already created, and you've already entered all of your data into it. So we're going to double-click to open it, and then you can see each of the tables listed here. So you want to select Create, Query Design, and then you will see the Show Table box, and under Tables you can see each of the tables that you've already created. So I'm going to demonstrate with the customer table. So you can either double-click here, or you can click the table name and then click Add. So, and then after you have the table or tables necessary for the query, then click the Close button. So I'm actually going to go ahead and close this one. So I right-click and then Remove Table. Now you can expand this so you can see each of the fields. You can also expand the lower portion here. Now if I wanted a query that included all of the fields in the customer table, I could double-click the asterisk. And notice that you don't see each individual field listed here, but you see customer dot asterisk and a check mark in the show box. So I'll demonstrate this one first. To run the query, you would select the Run button. So you can see that all of the fields and all of the rows for the customer table are displayed here. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to say no to saving the changes, and I want to go back in, Create, Query Design. So I'm going to double-click the customer table, close the Show Table box. I'm going to expand the lower portion here and expand my table. So if I wanted the customer number and the customer name fields, but let's say I only wanted to display customer name, then you would uncheck the Show box. So depending on if you want to display the field name, you would select or deselect this checkbox. So again, to run this query, and I don't have any criteria listed here, you will use your textbook and you can work through each of the examples that are in the text prior to working on your homework assignments. But this will demonstrate in general how to create the QBE queries and how to submit your homework. So select Run. So this is the query that I just ran, which shows the customer's names. What you want to submit will be a copy of this table. So you will click right here in the upper left corner, and notice that it's highlighted. So you can either right-click and select Copy, or you could use your Control and C keys. Then you want to open up a Word document and make sure that you label your queries. So if this was query number 1, you would put number 1 and then hit Enter, and then right-click and paste, or Control-V as in Victor. And you can see the query there. Now make sure you push your Enter key here to bring it down so that you can label the next query. And so what you will submit will be your Word document with each of the query results pasted into it and labeled. This concludes the demonstration of how to create QBE queries in Access.